Hi, Lazy KH viewers. So I just wanted to point out that the academic quarter at Stanford ended on June 4th, which, yeah, was 10 days ago. So I wanted to just say like, oh my gosh, I'm done with classes and make a celebratory video when that happened, but I didn't get around to it because, I was working on a TWOW episode. But it's not too late to say, oh my gosh, it's officially summer break for me. So most of my classes actually had their final day of instruction on June 2nd because they were Monday, Wednesday classes. But what's also interesting is, let's see if can I show you this? So these are the 3 classes I was ultimately in from March 29th to June 4th. It was Incentives in Computer Science, Computational Methods for Biomedical Imaging, and the Modern Algorithmic Toolbox. Yeah, this one is so long it doesn't even fit. Oh, it's Computational Methods for Biomedical Image Analysis and Interpretation. That's kind of long. But the thing is, for a lot of these classes, there are materials that the teacher and instructors and TAs will give you that you're not supposed to disseminate, right? Because otherwise, why would you pay thousands of dollars for it? So a lot of the lectures, or almost all of them, I think, were pre-recorded. Not pre-recorded, they were recorded in the moment so that you could watch them afterward because it's like online and, students might have to watch them at different times. But Canvas is telling me that on June 20th, so in 6 days, the course will officially end in the databases, which means that access of somewhere it said, you don't have access to the lecture videos anymore. And I sort of feel like that's almost sad, but I know why. But it's sort of like, if I want to watch these lecture videos, I have the next 6 days to do it and never again. I mean, I never will, right? Like, there's so many classes I've been in the past that I just have completely forgotten about, like 10 years ago, not 10 years ago, like 5 years ago. Yeah, see, courses will be removed from the dashboard, but will still be available on the all courses list in past enrollment section. And yeah, this is the one that I was mentioning. Course recordings in Zoom and Panopto, which is what Stanford uses to store their lecture videos, will no longer be available for viewing. Most other content will remain available. So I guess what I'm saying is, like, I have this dashboard with these 3 colored modules that I've gotten very familiar with over the last 2.5 months because I've had to, log on here probably like once every 2 days or so and click on one of them to see, what are my most recent grades, what is the most recent homework, how do I get to the lecture room and all that. Well, not physical room, the Zoom room or whatever. So it's almost become like familiar, like a home away from home, but they're gonna go away. So this is the last time I'll see you guys. I gotta stare, savor the moment, essentially. This mauve color, this magenta color, and this gray. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna not see that again forever. And in particular, I want to talk about... Oh. Okay, a cat just pushed my door open with her face. This class, CS168, which is Modern Algorithmic Toolbox, taught by Gregory Valiant. And it just teaches a variety of algorithms that are useful in the modern era. Like, beyond... Like, every CS class is going to teach you how to code a linked list and an array list. And, it's helpful to know those things, but in the real world, you just, use Python or you use some pre-made library that will do it all for you. And so the idea of this class was, these are algorithms that aren't always packaged up and well made for you when you're on the job working for a company. These are algorithms that, like, you do need to know how to do yourself because, like, each time you'll encounter it, you have to code it a different way or something. So they're talking about things like getting the Fourier transform of a signal and creating a spectrogram, or how to turn a graph into a 2D visualization of nodes and edges, or Markov chains. There are a lot of more advanced things too that I can't remember, like a lot of things about dimension reduction. So things like PCA, SVD, and some stuff that like went over my head because I didn't attend many lectures because I'm lazy. But anyway, the thing I just want to point out was that, like, when this class started, I was pretty nervous because I didn't do the first homework since I joined the class during like week 2 or something. And in the syllabus, they said, like, we're going to drop your lowest homework grade anyway. So I'm like, okay, I'll just assume that that first project is going to be the one that will get dropped with a 0. So it doesn't matter. But when I started homework 2, I realized I'm not prepared for this. Like, I have not been attending lectures or like paying enough attention to understand what they're asking for. So I got a pretty low grade. I think that's like a C. And I was just like, if that's what I get when I put in like 12 hours into the homework and I get that, I might end up the whole class with a C. But I think I'm just really like happy with myself that my grades kept going up. So, you know, the destiny that I thought was cast upon me during the first 2 weeks, I was able to change it. And okay, some of these grades seem like absurdly high. I'm not going to click on them because, again, I think that's like coursework I'm not supposed to disseminate. But some of these had extra credit points or extra credit problems that were up to 20% of the grade. And like I did them all because I sort of realized like I'm playing catch up. I need every extra credit point I can get. So after like about 4 weeks of this, I realized like, oh, I might actually pass the class just fine. And I did. So I think that's good. Also, there's the factor of the TAs having a harder time grading everything because it was all virtual. So I think, you know, the fact that like they couldn't rely as much on exams and like also the fact that this academic quarter might have been more rushed near the end due to like graduation happening. I think graduation actually is happening today. Is it? Graduation ceremony, June 12th. Okay, that was 2 days ago. Well, I'm not part of that anyway. But either way, for this quarter, the TAs, it seemed like they were a little stressed crunched for time. So like I do wonder for these last 3 ones that I got all like perfect scores on. Like it could be the fact that I literally did everything correctly, but it could also be partly because they need to get grades out really, really fast. But either way, I'm still really happy with this. I shouldn't really show any more because this is like an invasion of privacy. The other thing I just wanted to mention is that at the end of the quarter, these websites will ask you to fill out course evaluations, which are reviews to the instructor on like what you thought about the class and your experience. You know, what can the instructor do to improve for next time? You know, is there too much homework, too little homework? Is there enough one-on-one assistance in office hours and all that? But what's weird is Canvas provided me the link to fill out course evaluations, and these are all classes I took 3 years ago. Like, look at this. This 18, 18, 18. That means I took them in 2018. So I took this general game playing class, and for some reason I'm able to fill out like a course evaluation on something that happened 3 years ago, but nothing else. Like, see, this is spring 2018, summer 2018. I don't know why that happened, but I guess I could still fill them out. Like, I still have those memories in my head. It's just a little fuzzier now. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say for this video. That it is summer break for me, and I'm probably not going to take summer classes this time around. Because, like, I don't even know what my goal is, if I want a degree or not. And if it's... I think the summer classes will also be only virtual for this college. So, to me, that's just not worth it yet to go back. Oh, I did take a guitar class. I feel bad because I didn't practice as much on the guitar as I should have, and the teacher was like this world-renowned guitar expert, so I felt like I was letting him down. But I did learn how to play Greensleeves. And then there's a Sleep and Dreams class that was taught by like one of the very first professors in sleep, Professor Dement, I think. And everyone loves taking it because it's like really fascinating to learn about like REM sleep and dreams and, you know, why certain things happen. But it's also not CS related at all, so it didn't go towards my degree. It was just for fun. And also like for the general education requirements. Okay, enough talking. Oh, one last thing I wanted to point out because I think it's pretty funny. So check out this class, Biomedin 260, which was processing images of medical scans of biological human bodies. And oh my god, look at that final project write-up grade. That's like a 50%, which is an F-. What did I do? What did I fail? What happened? Well, it's actually more interesting. So everything else in the class added up to 100%. So there were 3 assignments, which were like coding worksheet homeworks that you did on your own time, on your own computer, and you turned in by the deadline. They were each worth 20%, so it's 60% total. And then the midterm, which I thought I failed, was in early May. That was worth 30% of the grade. And then participation was worth 10%. But I didn't participate much, like, as in I didn't answer questions during lecture or answer student questions on Piazza, which is like an online forum for students and instructors to communicate. I was just busy with other stuff, so I probably would have gotten like a 0 or a 50% on participation. But the final project, they said, was a 20% bonus on your grade. So if you did everything and got 100% on everything, you'd have a 120 grade, which is crazy. And I think it was so easy because this was a online learning quarter, remote learning. So like they couldn't give out a final exam because that was like against the rules for this quarter or something. So like they were super generous with this stuff. But what that means is before I had even started the final project write-up, I already did pretty well on all the problem sets, as you can see, and pretty well on the midterm. And I had already done a little bit of the final project. So I calculated in my head and I realized I already have a 93 locked in. If I get a 0% on this final project write-up for the rest of it, I'd already done part of it, I would have still gotten a 93. So everything I do above that is just bonus. So I don't even need to try that hard. So am I allowed to click on this? I might not be able to. Oh well, I will. Basically, there's some... Oh my god, some of these sections I just like barely did anything. I don't want to like look into it too much because there's just... It's embarrassing. So this is technically an F. But, you know, I could have just not done it and still... I got an A in the class, which is really cool. But I think it's one of the funny situations that you end up with when the class has lots of extra credit, is you can technically fail things and still do well. Anyway, I don't recommend failing your final projects in a real school. I mean, this is real school, but you know what I mean. Like in the when schools go back in session. Okay, I don't want this video to be too long, so hooray! My academic quarter for spring 2021 is over, and I will see you all later. Bye!